Hi there, wonderful awakening beings and spiritual souls. Jo Rose of JoRose.com, numerologist and energy forecaster. In this video, I'm sharing with you personal year 8 for 2020. Before I do, let's take a quick look at what 2020 has in store for us. It's a 4 energy. How do I know that? By adding together and reducing down all the digits of the current year. 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 0 equals 4. What does that mean in brief? This year will bring structure and stability, practicality and order. It's a slower year, step-by-step building, and it is a year to build. All good builds start from the foundation up. It's also an energy that can bring about limitations. Let's hope over the next 12 months you get to turn your limitations into strengths. To understand more about 2020, go check the video in the link above. This video shares with you the energy for the current year. This is the foundation energy that we're building on. Our personal energy comes in on top. Personal year 8. The birthday example I'm using in this video is 29th of February, and I am so excited to be able to use this birthday in a year that it actually exists. For any 29th of February babies out there, I hope you celebrate 4 years worth of celebration this year. So happy birthday for you. Make it one that counts, because this year in a personal way will be one that counts. The birth example I'm using, 29th of February, we reduce down the day, the month and add it to the current year. The day, 29th, 2 plus 9 is 11. I'm well aware 11's a master number, but we're going to reduce down. 1 plus 1 is 2. February is the second month, 2. And we already know the current year is a 4. 2 plus 2 plus 4 equals 8. If you didn't quite get that, or you feel you've got a more complicated birthday, I do have a video how to calculate your personal year number in the link above and the description below. Let's get going. Really excited to deliver this personal year. My first question is, what is your desire? Is it connected with your higher purpose? The 8 energy will be about balancing spiritual and material, and many lessons will come up for you in this area. What is your big vision? Where has the last 7 years been taking you to this point? Where is it heading? The year of reward and recognition. It's the year of harvest. Now, we reap what we sow, and the reward will always be proportional to the effort that you've used. So how connected are you to your goal? Where do your intentions lie? Are you passionate about it? Does it light you up? Because it's all well and good having a goal, but if you've got underlying beliefs that it's not possible, the universe delivers the intentions request, not the words, the intention. I get affirmations, but until you feel the affirmations, until they become a part of your overall energy, and I have shared in the 2020 video or in the personal years that we have 4 elements: physical, mental, emotional and spiritual. And these all need to be working together. As we spiritually awaken, we become more aware of this. So where is your intention? This year is going to cost you a lot energetically, physically, mentally and emotionally, but your biggest results are going to come from your spiritual growth. This is not a year of procrastination. The 4 and 8 are workaholics. Work. And I want to ask you, are you doing busyness or business? There's a big difference here, and I want you to reflect on this right now as we're going through the video. Busyness is just like a headless chicken. We act as if we're busy, but we're not taking time out to readjust and have a look. Last year's personal year 7 gave you the time out. It gave you the space. You may have thought it was a waste of time, like you wanted to get on with things, but no matter how much effort you put in, that wasn't really happening. That was a time to readjust. Now that I've said to you it's about material and spiritual, I want you to balance the two together. It's not a time of procrastination. And talking of which, I do have a video on that, so do check it in the link below. Well worth clearing any forms of procrastination. We have this because we're not connected, and therefore the will or the intention cannot work. The 8 energy is about drive, determination, tenacity and courage. The 8 will often do things that most won't, and certainly not what the 7 did. And having gone through that year, you're well aware of that. The 8 is about power, and the biggest part of the power is self-empowerment. You've got to believe in yourself. You've got to believe in your dreams. You've got to believe in your visions. You've got to believe in you more than anything else. You've got to believe in you and what you can do. So it's time to walk your talk. Where's your will? I've mentioned your will is connected with your intention. Your intention is connected with your will. And this comes about when your big vision is connected to your soul's destiny. That's it. Simple as. This is a year where great progress can happen, whether it be your finances, your business, your career, your achievements, recognition in the community, in the home. There is possibility of abundance coming your way. I mentioned that all reward and recognition is a reflection of the effort you put in. There is always a result. It may not be what you want, but it will be what you need. So take stock. I hope you've brought a lot of last year's insight with you, because that's the whole point of having that ripening stage. You were the apple at that point, small, but last year all the work went on inside this apple and it expanded. And now this year is the time to pick it. It's the time of harvest. What kind of harvest do you want this year? You're more focused than you were last year, and many start to take you serious. You could receive funding, support, information, connections, as long as you cut the crap and now live the dream. Henry Ford once said, "You can't build a reputation on what you are going to do." So do it. Now is the time to do it. Henry Ford was a great businessman, and one maybe you might want to look up. Yes, your vision may be big and you may have a lot of doubt because it's so far removed from where you are. But if it's connected to your soul's destiny, it's going to happen. You may see limitations. They're obstacles. You may hear other people's limitations, their fears and their worries. Look, we're all on our own journey. We're all on our own course. If they're dear to you, take time out and listen. They may have something interesting to say. But go back inside and see if it's in alignment with your vision, with your destiny. Don't let other people's limitations or obstacles get in your way. Take charge, get hold of those reins and allow yourself to start moving forward. Stick to your path. Remove the obstacles. Last year was a year of thinking and planning. This year is a year of action. It's a year of knowing versus owning. Look, we can all think our way forward. Living in the dream isn't the answer. You've got to now start taking action so you get the results and you learn to work through them. Whether they're results that feel like they're setting you back or just really realigning you, or it's a part that takes you forward. This is what you're going to feel throughout the year. There's a big difference between knowing versus owning, and this is one of the things that you'll work on this year. When others sense your passion and see your courage and your perseverance, they begin to feel inspired. You're influencing them, and they're looking maybe more to connect and invest in you. As I say, this is a year where you can attract. You're seeking your right place. This is not geographical. This is where you feel right, doing what's right for you, what's in alignment with you. Success does not come from the material aspects, the car, the house. Yes, they're all great. And when you first get that brand new car, it feels amazing. But within a few months, it becomes a car. Real success comes from fulfillment. The more fulfilled you are, the more it radiates out, the more your light shines, the more you attract. You become a magnet. Success lies in your fulfillment. So ask yourself at the end of each day, how do you feel? How did that act make you feel? Keep readjusting, keep realigning. I've already mentioned, or I may not have mentioned, it might be just in my head, which is why we have to get it out there, is this year is going to be full on, physically, mentally and emotionally. And you will find you're possibly on a roller coaster ride. You must schedule in time out. And whereas the 8 is very workaholic and driven and focused, and certainly loves a great home and a great family and a great partner, you must take time out, schedule it in to spend time in that great home, driving that great car, spending time with your wonderful family. Don't forget the soccer match or your daughter's birthday or your wedding anniversary or special days that you need to be there for. Family are important too. And to be fair, family's a business. It's your home business as well as your outside business. Your foundations start from the minute you wake up to the minute you go to bed. And that's where you do it every single day at home and with your family. So do take time out, get out with your friends, do some things, find hobbies, do alternative things so that you get time away from this business element that is driving you. This is a year of power. The spiritual element that I share in each of these videos, your journey has 2 parts this year. Power and understanding the true aspect of power, and balance. They're the 2 main things that you'll be working on. So power, there will be different types of power that you come across, and some will excite you and some will manipulate you and be abusive. Some are for you and some are against. With all this up and down, you could get burnout a number of times over this year, and this is why I'm saying schedule things in. 5 tips for burnout. Establish your boundaries. The 4 energy is about boundary setting, and not to confine you, but just to know where your limitations, there's that word, where your limitations are in this moment. Boundaries can be expanded, extensions can be built, outwards, upwards, downwards, whatever. So establish boundaries. The second is set up screen time or out of office time. Have your moments away from it and have it on your schedule when you respond. Other people's panics are not your panics. Other people's rush is not your rush. Do things in your own time. Schedule downtime, me time, alone time if necessary, family time. It's so important that you do this. Find a hobby, a hobby where you can get in the moment. Craft, sport, those kind of things. Gardening perhaps will bring you in the moment. And when you're in the moment, you become more connected to source, more connected to ahas, insight and ideas, and your creativity, your solution solving develops. And the last one is know the difference between grinding, inflow, and slogging, forcing out of flow. Look, when things are going right and you just put the effort in and the results are coming, this is it. But if you're tired, if you're lethargic, if you're drained, if you've not slept well or ate well, or you've got too many things going on, it can't work. I spent all day yesterday attempting to put this video together. I was exhausted and I pushed and pushed and pushed. And at midnight, I realised everything I had done was just a waste of time. I was not in the right frame of mind. So I had to start all over again today after having a good night's rest, having a decent breakfast and grounding myself. The 4 energy really needs you to be grounded. The 8 energy does as well. So hone in. The 4 energy is very beneficial, 4 and 8, because it's got the structure that you need. It's got the milestones for the vision. So do bear in mind those 5 tips that I just gave you to avoid burnout. The question I want to ask you is, who has power over you? And do you have power over anybody else? When we control things and we hold on to things and we dictate things, things become very rigid. I talk about boundaries. Yes, we want strong boundaries, but we don't need rigidity. Controlling everything possibly makes people fearful, and therefore they're not solution solving or creative. This is the year you want to build a dream team if you haven't already got it. So take time out to let go of some control and allow others to step up. The 8 energy is the number of the CEO, and a good CEO doesn't even take the credit for things. It brings the team up with them, and the whole team benefit from what's going on in the business. This year, I've said, is about power. This year, you need to own your power. My saying is, it's your life, LYFE. Love yourself first every day. Love is the strongest source of power. Love can get through anything. It's about really understanding what love is truly teaching us. Where you invest your love, you will reap your biggest success. Real success is not what you take out of life, but what you contribute. What is the legacy that you want to leave? That's a big question. What is the legacy you want to leave? Let's move on to 2020 and a month-by-month report of what's in store for you. Now, I do have a monthly playlist where each month I introduce you to the universal energy. Go check the playlist in the link above. Again, this is the foundation that our monthly energy is working from. Beginning with January. Now, having shared all what I said is in store for you, you start January on a 9 energy. This is all about letting go. After last year's realignment, in your business, in your personal life, what is it that you need to let go of? Firstly, I want to say, stop chasing the money. Stop chasing the material element. Let go of competition and start thinking about collaboration. I got so frustrated the other day when somebody answered my question when I said, could I post my numerology videos in the group, as I feel they're very beneficial? And they said yes, providing you didn't make it a post, but you put it in the comments below. And I asked why, and they said because Facebook really want you to remain on their page and preferably create videos specifically for Facebook. And those videos are better off if they're square. And I'm like, that means you've got to do it twice, it's more effort. And why does Facebook want to take YouTube's business? Why can't they both run successfully alongside one another, becoming a partnership? Supermarkets are the same. Give other people a chance. If the rich keep wanting to get richer at the cost of the poor, eventually there'll be no poor left to buy their goods or to serve them or give them what they want. There'll be no point. So let's look at balancing spiritual and material this year. Let's look at working for the whole of humanity. The real insight here is raising everybody else up with you as you go. Now, while I've said it's not about chasing money, it isn't. But at the same time, if you have a business that you are not charging enough for, then you are not valuing yourself. And I suggest you take some time out this month to value yourself. Now, yesterday, as I mentioned, I didn't value myself. I pushed through making this video, and in the end, I was on exhaustion. And I realised I had missed my dinner, missed my lunch, and I didn't even produce anything. I make these videos and I give so much in them. Perhaps it's time to step back on giving too much and inviting people in, so that then perhaps next time I could still make the videos, but I could pay a team to do the editing, pay a team to help me get ready, to set up the location, whatever it is. We can't keep giving unless we're receiving. And I've mentioned that this is not about taking but contributing. We do need to find a balance. There's that word again. So step back and look and see what it is that you're not valuing about yourself or your business, and align them. To release all the things that aren't serving you. You could find with all this going on that you have business, well, I mentioned that yesterday, and financial challenges. Take stock. Reevaluate, get back on track. After last year's out year, it's time to realign, get focused, and roll up our sleeves and start moving forward. Let's move on to February. Yes, new energy, fresh start, new projects, new concepts, new outlook. You've got a rebirth of passion. And while all this is going on, don't get carried away. Don't make any impulsive decisions, and know that not all opportunities that come your way are for you. A number of opportunities have been put my way where people think this is what I need to be doing, or people think this could be tied up with my business without even really getting to know my business or understand me and where I'm heading. They forget to ask me all these things, and I say no, and they attempt to keep pushing it on me. Stand in your power. This is a year of personal power. Own what it is. As long as your vision and your destiny are connected, you can easily say no to others. And don't feel bad about it. I don't feel bad. I've said no. I'm moving on. I need to be focused on what it is that I want to do and how I want to grow and create my business. You may still feel a little bit out of sorts from last year. And I mentioned a roller coaster ride. This year's going to be pretty much like that. Don't take it out on your relationships. Don't get snappy, aloof, or aggressive. You do need your relationships, especially those that are with you all day, whether it be your team at work or those at home or in your family, whether they live with you or not, is have time for them and ground yourself and get calm so that you don't say anything too snappy. If you need help and support, do reach out and ask them, even if that's space because you need to step back and go away and deal with something. You're not asking them to put effort in, you're just asking them to give you some time. So watch your relationships, spend time connecting, sharing, understanding. Doing this will bring you together stronger, create more support, and your dream team will be growing. Let's move on to March. March is a 2 energy, and it appears that you've become a people person. Your negotiation skills are up. You seek wins in everything. This is balancing the spiritual and the material. There is always a win-win. I read the other day that 1 minute Coca-Cola are going to sort out their plastic and lower the plastic or remove the plastic. And then in the next part of the article, it mentioned, but their customers want it. Their customers want it because it's lighter than glass. However, what if it was back in the glass. And then people took time out to stop for that break. They went to the cafe or the pub or the restaurant. And because now people are going there, those bills can go down and make it more economical and viable. So we're still giving Coca-Cola money because they're putting their Coke in bottles and it's going to a restaurant, an eatery. The eateries services are going up and the environment is getting better. It's about thinking outside the box to move forward. I don't know why people can't see this. I can see this in so many areas. People often talk to me about their business and I'll come up with insights that they've not thought about and they go, oh, it's always great talking to you, Joe. You've got so many ideas. But I'm always looking for a win-win, because a win-lose, something at the cost, which competition is, it doesn't help everyone in the long run. I've already mentioned, if we keep wiping out the people that buy the services of the rich are going to have no one there, and therefore what's the point of all the money? Sorry, got a bit carried away in this video, aren't I? Seek a win-win. This month is more of a slower energy, so spend time witnessing, observing, hearing, comprehending, connecting with people. There is something happening and you're becoming an influencer. You're inspiring as you go. It's not about domination, but collaboration. That's what I'm saying. Coca-Cola, come on, sort this out. Use tact and diplomacy in all that you do. Now, it's a great month for romance. If you've got no partner, you could attract. Throughout this year, as you move into this balance of spiritual and material, you're becoming more authentic. And now you are beginning to attract people that are in alignment with your destiny, with your path, with your energy, with your morals. It won't surprise me this year that you magnetize endless friendships, endless collaborations, and the special one if you don't already have it. Let's move on to April. April's a 3 energy. Oh, we're feeling good. It's time for fun and social. We're feeling upbeat. We have a sense of humour. We're less stressed, less serious as we move through this month. If you haven't found time for hobbies, go find a hobby right now. Get into the hobby, because the hobby brings you in the moment. It connects you to the magic. And that's where it all happens. It's a month to get your creative juices flowing. Be mindful though of being frivolous. I know I say go find a hobby. Just readjust, realign. I mentioned your finances at the beginning of the year. They're not quite there yet. The harvest is coming, but it isn't just yet the financial. Things are falling into place and there is light at the end of the tunnel. So make adjustments. You're coming up with new ideas and not all of them will work. However, everything happens for a reason and there is always magic in everything. I used to think magic was something a magician does, but it's not. When we live in flow, when we balance spiritual and material, when we follow our destiny, magic happens. People talk about the law of attraction. It does work all the time. But if you want it to be more uplifting and vibrating, you need to get into the flow. I mentioned in another video that things that go wrong are not always necessarily wrong. Accidental inventions have happened. The microwave, post-it notes, penicillin, cornflakes even, super glue. I can list a number of things, but just make note, if it's not worked, how many times did it take for the light bulb? 1,000. So just bear in mind, as long as you use that 7 energy from last year and you reevaluate things, or evaluate, reevaluate, check in, make notes, you'll realise that there is always a piece of gold, a gemstone in everything that happens. It's a great month for relationships. So again, balance work and play. May's a 4 energy. Your effort is now paying off. People are listening. Keep on building. Those foundations are now there. Get everything up to date. There's a lot of routine happening, but something's brewing. What could it be? Be ready. This can be either at work or at home or both. So have a plan, have a schedule, delegate. A good CEO doesn't do everything themselves. They delegate, but not in a way that there's a hierarchy, but they delegate. And in your small business, in your alone business, in your home, in your family, make sure you've got this plan there. Make sure you know what could be done and be ready for the unexpected. Connect with all those concerned. Strengthen your dream team and strengthen your relationships. Give your relationships time. Build your business, build your relationships. June is a 5 energy. All change. Were you prepared? It's time to be on your toes so that you can move quickly at the turning point. Let go of control. Go with the flow. This can be a time of excitement or disappointment. You need to be resourceful, and it's better to be proactive than reactive. So if you had been ready, chances are it's excitement and not challenging and disappointing. So what was it? What was brewing? I want to say relocation. Could be promotion, new job, change of address for your business, a collaboration so your business comes together with someone else's. It could be a home move, a home renovation, but something that you needed to be ready for. Or it could just mean that you need to take time out and travel or go away for business. But there is something big changing this month to do with everything that you've been putting in. I hope you were prepared. If it was a rest, you'll have earned it. And if you don't get that rest this month, I think you should take it next month. July brings a 6 energy. Whatever it was last month, whatever was brewing that took place, you are now working to bring back order, create some stability here. With all your focus and deadlines, which are probably self-inflicted, be mindful of how you're behaving with those around you. It's a time of tact and diplomacy. If you're appearing aggressive or aloof, you're not going to get things done. Now, I do believe we need to get the boxes unpacked or things back in order, but we will do better to ground ourselves and connect and build the team than we will by being a dictator. The 6 energy brings many responsibilities, and family come to mind, or friends. Somebody needs you, wants to talk to you. Take time out and connect with them. Listen, but work out whose responsibility is. If it's your responsibility, then address it. But if it's their responsibility, find a way to help them see this and enable themselves to take the responsibility and move forward. Better questions are not telling them an answer, because that may not work and you've not heard the whole story because you've only got X amount of time to listen. But ask them how that makes them feel, how they can do something different, how the boxes can get unpacked if they can't do it, or are they important? Let them take back some responsibility. The 6 energy is often teaching us how to connect, to understand there's more out there in life than work, and to understand responsibility. Get settled this month. Still work hard. You're moving forward. Things are still happening. Let's move on to August. And let's have a breathe here. You're possibly at burnout. So much has gone on to this point. Keep realigning. That's stressful enough. We're using our physical energy, our mental, our emotional energy, and it's time to take out me time, lone time. You need to reflect and realign. Remember those 5 points I mentioned to you earlier about dealing with or avoiding burnout? If you've let them go, get them back in order here. If you've been following your soul's destiny, you may have perhaps realized that you're a beacon of light. You've become a magnet to people wanting to help you or understanding or collaborating. People are beginning to follow you, maybe look up to you. And perhaps there's opportunities coming, business and personal. If you're not in a relationship, you could well be meeting your ideal, your soulmate even. If you are in a relationship, this will be a time when your relationship can get to a much deeper level. It is a time to slow down. Breathe. September. September is an 8 energy. It's the double whammy month. You've got a personal year 8 and you've got a personal month 8. So what's in store for you this month? It's all happening. Reward and recognition. Do you have the Midas touch, or are you in the opposite? You've been noticed. Doesn't matter which way you're going yet, but you've been noticed. Maybe somebody wants to invest in you. Connections are coming forward. You've got new knowledge and insight going on. Is it time to lead the way, or is it time to call it a day? You never saw that one coming, did you? No. See, the 8 is big and out there, and things will happen. Is it time to expand your business or sell out? Is it time to get managers in, or is it time to lay people off? Depending how you've been running your business this year, how you've been showing up, how you've been standing in your personal power and balancing spiritual and material, is what's leading to what's going on right now. Have you peaked? And is it time for a change again? Now, I want to say, avoid impulsive decisions. Don't rush signing any long-term contracts right now. Do it in your time. Remember when I mentioned those boundaries, one of them was about having this out of office, working out your schedule and your time. You need time to ponder on this. You need time to feel your answer. So don't make any rush decisions. Take time out. Have some personal time. Enjoy life. Not just with your family, but do some things that might fire up some new neurons in you, so you can get some different perspectives and a different outlook. Do not make the decisions. Enjoy what's coming. Embrace what's coming. Whether it be a windfall or a redundancy, you need to spend time with this before you rush in and do anything else. Let's move on to October. Now, October always gives us an insight of next year. October's a 9 energy for you, and it's what I'm going to call the beginning of the end. It's decision time. I said hold off last month. You now need to start making some decisions. Who and what are remaining on your bus? Another deep question, isn't it? Who and what are getting off your bus? Whoa, even a harder one. Modification is due. Balance the spiritual path with the material path. It may at this point, when I've said balance spiritual and material, you're probably thinking, oh, and reality. But when you can balance the spiritual path and the material path, remember your soul's destiny and the material needs that you have, it comes together. And now you're at a point where you are the catalyst, the caterpillar to the cocoon to the butterfly. A new transformation is about to start. You're being asked to release your earthly ties. Create more space for your spiritual aspects. You are awakening. or if you believe you have awoken, you are further awakening. There are always more levels. And when we think about the numerology and the epicycles 1 to 9, they go round and they start again. So you may say to yourself, well, why in my last day did I not have whatever? You would have been rewarded at that point, at that level you're playing at. But if you think about any computer game, without my kids on the computer, if you do any computer game and you work hard, you get up a level and you keep going up a level and you think you've got it, but the level gets harder or different, should I say. It's expanding your mind, it's expanding your emotions, and it's connecting your physical and your soul together. So this is a real awakening month, a real awakening period. You're being drawn to humanitarian causes now, issues. You've noticed along the way, working on win-win, what's working, what's not working. I go back to that Coke thing that I shared earlier. Something's happening in you, something that's not been right, that perhaps now you want to spend a little bit more time dealing with it. Let's move on to November. Now, November and December, they give us what I call the test drive, the trial run, because the energy of November and December is repeated again in January and February. So far, we've been working through them one after the other, but we get a chance to do these two energies and then relook at them next year. For you, November is a 1 energy. So you feel like you want to do things differently now. There's a newness, a fresh start to this. You're seeing things on a higher level, and this is why they feel different. You feel like you want to, what's the word I'm looking for? More giving, more charitable or considerate. There is something, whether it be a climate change issue, a plastic, a humanitarian, an environment, I don't know, but something is pulling you in a certain direction right now, and you do well to take some time and consider what this is. It's more about contribution. That's what I want to say. It's less about the taking now and what you can give back. After this year of some form of big aha moments, you now realize all that you've learned, it's time to give back. You may become a teacher, you may help other businesses grow. I don't know. It's there for you to work out what this is. This is a general video, remember? But it is time about contribution. Because whilst much is about you in this journey, you now realise how things that you do affect others, even globally. Just go back to Coke and the plastic bottles. What could just looking at not just getting rid of the plastic bottles do, but how can Coke still sell their Coke and help other businesses? This is where we're going. You're raising your bar here. Where you're at the moment is, can this work within your business, or do you need to get out of your business? Or is there a way that you can collaborate with another business? What I'm sharing here is a bit out there, and not everybody will see what I'm saying, or if this is yours, what you're saying. We're all on our own journey, and you may need to let go of some things in order for you to carry on. Not everybody is going to be on your bus, remember. Let me move on to December. December is a 2 energy for you. There'll be a number of people challenges, perhaps because you've decided that you're suddenly, with everything was going right, doing something different, and people just don't get it. It could be that you decided that you're leaving the company, or you're getting someone else in the company, but challenges with people, relationships will come up. Some conflicts will be your own, but outside this, you may find that things are all going well, and you've got other people's conflicts going on. You're being called to be the ear, the mediator. So take some time out and listen. It's only when we hear other people's challenges and woes do we realise there may be other ways to do things. So everything we do, when we do it from a place of love, will always bring us some kind of elevation for our soul's journey. This is a month to be tactful and diplomatic, and by doing this, chances are you will resolve not only your own issues but perhaps help others resolve theirs. Your intuition is heightened. If it doesn't feel right, it's not. If it does, it is. Learn to trust your sat-nav. It's guiding you to live the best life that you want to live. Have yourself a quieter month after all that's gone on this year. A quieter family Christmas and New Year. Spend some time releasing the outdated as you bring this year to a close. This is the year where it can all happen and change. Whether it be the biggest ha-ha moment or a great windfall. You have now an idea of the year and how to move forward. I want to share here now 3 quotes from Henry Ford. I've already given you one in the video, but now I want to just run through these to help you understand what this year's about. Here's thought number 1. Whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. Next one. Don't find fault, find a remedy. Anyone can complain. Is it the Midas touch that you want? Solution solve. The A energy is the CEO. It sees things from a higher level. It can see further afield. The last one is, and this is the one I think I've already mentioned, is you can't build a reputation on what you're going to do. You need to walk your talk. You need to cut the crap and live the dream. Success is not measured in the car you drive or the house you live or how much money you have in the bank. It's measured on how fulfilling your life is. It's not what you take from it, it's what you contribute. What is the legacy that you want to leave? If you've liked this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you haven't yet subscribed, please subscribe and share with your friends. I say share with your friends. If you've got a lot out of watching your personal year video, I do have the full personal year video series playlist in the link above. Go watch your partner. Let them watch yours. There's no better time for you to build your dream team and understand where everybody is coming from. I love doing numerology. The personal years are very helpful. Tying them up with your life path year, I'm not sure if I've mentioned that, the link is below. Sorry, your life path, not your life path year, is great. But if you feel like this is the year that you now want to make a difference and take a chance on you, believe in you, maybe find your Midas touch at whatever level you're at, why not get in touch with me for a reading, a consultation, or better still, a mentorship where we can each month piece you back together again and move you with this energy towards your soul's destiny. Thank you for watching. I've loved sharing this series with you, and I hope to see you in my next video. Leave any comments in the comments below to let me know how you get on throughout this year.